To Asian news. A Nepali farmer bit a cobra to death in return after the snake attacked him on his rice field. The brave farmer, Muhammad Samumia, said the cobra attacked him when he was farming his rice paddy. As he remembers, a snake expert told him he could kill snake by biting. He chased down the snake and repeatedly bit it until it was dead. After the kill, Mia went back to his farm and finished the rest of his job. He had once refused to go to the hospital until his family, friends and police urged him to check his health condition. Police said they would not charge Mia for the act, as cobras are not endangered species in Nepal. South Korean's constitutional courts rejected a law that required internet users to use real identity on internet forums. The Constitutional Court said if the law is legislated, citizens would lose their freedom of speech and undermine democracy. The requirement was introduced in 2007 as part of efforts to tackle cyberbullying. The move came after an outbreak of anonymous criticism and fabricated scandals of politicians and celebrities online. Furthermore, judges said using real identities on internet would be easier for cyber thieves to steal privacy information and discourage people from criticizing influential people and groups due to fears of being punished. Monsoon rains in Pakistan and India have killed more than 40 people with floods and collapsed homes. In Pakistan, heavy rain has brought floods, destroying more than 50 homes in the northwestern province. 3 families were buried when their home collapsed. While in India, 20 people were killed in the heaviest rainfall in more than 30 years. Due to the heavy flooding, more than 20,000 people had to leave their home. Junior schools were forced to close down and rail and transport links were disrupted. The rescue teams were still assessing the extent of the damage and are concerned that the death toll will rise if the flood continues. Now moving on to sports news. Double Olympic champion Valerie Adams continues to lead in the Diamond League standings after winning in Lausanne, Switzerland on last Friday morning. Adams threw 20.73 metres in her opening throw and ended with a final put of 20.95 metres, which was more than a metre further than her nearest rival. Adams now has an 11 points lead in the Diamond League standings. On the other hand, Nick Willis finished 11th in the men's 1500 metres and Usain Bolt of Jamaica won the men's 200 metres. Barcelona has drawn first blood against Real Madrid in the battle for supremacy in the Spanish Football League, narrowly defeating the great rivals 3-2 in the first leg of the Supercopa clash. Spanish cup holders Barcelona dominated the ball with their tiki-taka passing, and the La Liga champions Real threatened with their incisive speed and power on the break. Real's Cristiano Ronaldo headed in a corner before Barcelona hit back with a quick-fire equaliser. Lionel Messi scored a penalty to put Barcelona ahead before the midfield pair Xavi and Iniesta cut open Real to score a potentially decisive third goal. But Real had the last say with substitutes Di Maria slotting in a vital away goal. New Zealand Sevens coach Gordon Tidgens is courting Shaun Johnson for the next Olympics, and the Star Warriors playmaker has expressed a keen interest in taking up his offer. Johnson has confirmed his interest, saying it's something I'm very interested in. His contract with Warriors expires in 2014. The 21-year-old, who played first 15 at college and has a touch background from Whangaparoa, appears to have all the attributes that would thrive in Sevens. As for 2 Minutes a Day, here's Monday's weekend box office.
What's your name? Catechism? Will you give yourself to this program?
This week at the box office, Jeremy Renner takes The Bourne Legacy to #1.
This country, you have the strength to do what's necessary.
How is he?
He's cramped.
Oh, that has healed well.
What do you think that we do out there, Rock?
You think this can last? There's a storm coming, Mr. Wayne.
The Dark Knight Rises remains at #2.
You and your friends better batten down the hatches. Because when it hits, you're all going to wonder how you ever thought you could live so large and leave so little for the rest of us.
Step Up 4 Miami Heat drops down to #3. You dance?
Don't you know how this works? I hold a drink in my hand, you dance around me, make me look good.
Ya muerta. तुम जिस मिशन पे जाते हो कोई न कोई मारा जाता है.
Act the Tiger is at number 4.
Little guy's a weirdo. I'm gonna smoke that clown.
We've got some work to do, right?
And the campaign rounds out the top 5.
Your balloon's getting ready to pop, and that balloon's full of your own butt tooth.
You trying to trash talk me? Your mama's like a vacuum cleaner. She sucks, she blows, and gets laid in a closet. That's what nuts feel like.
Now moving on to our Happy Diner, introducing and reviewing your favourite restaurants in Auckland.
The first dish we're going to introduce today is sake mussels. First pour oil into the wok, stir-fry garlic and ginger strips until fragrant. Put in fresh mussels and sake and stir in high heat. Then add onion, leek, fish stock, salt and more sake. Cover with lid and simmer for 2 to 3 minutes. Lastly, decorate it with dried fish and lemon. Unlike grape wine, traditional Japanese sake is enriched with the aroma of rice. How would New Zealand mussels taste with the twist of this elegant oriental element?
I was a bit scared to try this dish because I saw the chef poured in quite a lot of sake wine with the mussels, but surprisingly the mussels weren't overpowered by the wine at all, but it was juicy with a hint of sweetness.
I have been cooking Japanese cuisine for a long time, so I like to use Japanese cooking method to cook Japanese ingredients, or vice versa. So it's kind of like mix-up, fusion, and I also like to add in my own interpretation of cooking in the dishes.
Speaking of tapas, how can we forget barbecues? Japanese barbecue tiger shrimps and scampi, brushed with their special marinade sauce, sweet and rich. What's better than this to go with some good wine?
Scampi. 通常我们在外
We usually eat scampi raw as sashimi, but I like to use it for barbecue, sort of like Japanese yakitori.
日式的那种 yakitori 的那种做法。
你今日食嘅呢個係燒烤過嘅 scampi 嚟㗎。
What we have just had was barbecue scampi. The meat is very tender, and because it was added with a special homemade sauce, the flavor of the fresh meat is rather strong with a very distinctive barbecue aroma.
Other than all sorts of wine and alcohol, there are also a variety of Taiwanese milk tea and snow bubbles for you to choose from.